So today's video is actually inspired by a workshop that my wife Mauricia and I ran last weekend called The Art of Relaxation. Now, during that session, or one of the sessions in the workshop, a lady popped her hand up and mentioned something that so many of us are struggling with these days, maybe perhaps even you as you're watching this, and that is not being able to get enough sleep or get off to sleep at night. She said, some nights I really can't switch off the thoughts in my head. And so if you've experienced this as well, I'm about to give you some NLP sleeping techniques. By the way, NLP, it just stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is a fancy word for reprogramming and silencing old annoying habits and thought patterns. Now, these sleep hacks are practical and they're easy to use, and you can try them tonight if you like. Let's get into it.
Envision my life, believe in see.
Now, before we start, just a quick explanation as to why NLP can be so effective for switching off and relaxing, especially at night time when you're trying to sleep. I think most of us often think insomnia is caused by too many thoughts, but very often it's actually not caused by the thoughts themselves, but by the way our minds present those thoughts. So it's not so much a case of what you think, but kind of how you think it. So if the pictures in your mind are too bright or they're too vivid, or your inner voice is too loud, shouting and sharp, your nervous system reacts as if something is still happening. NLP helps you change those settings so the emotion is able to just naturally settle. Okay, let's go through them. NLP sleeping technique 1. When your thought or image is keeping you awake, first thing is don't try to wrestle it to the ground. Just simply change the settings. Here's how. Firstly, notice the bothersome image or thought. I mean, really pay attention to it. Then imagine a control panel in front of you with a big dial on it. If it's a picture, turn the dial anti-clockwise and drain all the color out. Make it black and white. Shrink it all the way down to the size of a postage stamp. Then push that tiny stamp way off into the distance until it's barely visible. Now, if it's an internal voice, a voice in your head that won't keep quiet, then try this. Change the tone into something slow and boring, like a droning cartoon character, or me. Notice how the emotional charge drops as the sound changes. Then imagine reaching over and turning the volume knob all the way down until it's completely silent. Your mind automatically relaxes its response as the settings shift. NLP sleeping technique 2. Now this one helps you to occupy your conscious mind just enough to stop the mental looping. And once the conscious mind runs out of bandwidth, well, the unconscious mind then takes over and just eases you into sleep. Here's how you do it. Firstly, lie comfortably with your eyes closed. Visualize the letter A. Once you've done that, choose a color or a texture for it. Then think of a word beginning with A, like apple or aardvark, advantageous. You get the idea. After you've done that, move on to the letter B. And this is very important. You need to see the letter, say the word, then move on. The rule here is no stories. Now, if you think of apple, don't think and drift into pies or orchards or baking memories and let your mind just wander. Letter, word, move on. Simple as that. Most people actually don't get past M before their minds just give up and drift off. If you get to Z, then we probably need to make another video especially for you. NLP sleeping technique 3. Anchoring your relaxation state. Now, this is something we use in NLP all the time, and it can be incredibly powerful for sleep. Now, anchoring is basically teaching your nervous system to associate a physical touch with a deep state of calm. Here's what to do. Choose a moment when you're naturally relaxed. After a warm bath, sitting comfortably, or meditation can be good. As the relaxation peaks, that's the time you feel so relaxed that you could just almost drift off naturally. Gently touch your thumb and your forefinger together. Hold it for 5 to 10 seconds. And whilst you're holding it, say the words deep sleep in your mind. Repeat that a few times over 2 or 3 days. By doing this, you're conditioning your body almost like training a dog to respond to a cue. Only the dog, this time, is your nervous system. Then, when you're in bed, get comfy, fire off the anchor, and your body recalls that stored state of deep relaxation. NLP Sleeping Technique 4. Now, this is a progressive relaxation method, and with this one, if it's safe to do so, lie on your back and just follow along. Now, bring your focus to your forehead and your eyes. Scrunch them up gently for a few seconds, then completely release. Drop your jaw. Allow your tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Now, just so you know what's happening here, your jaw is connected to something called the vagus nerve, which is one of the biggest nerves in your body. It runs from your brain all the way down through your chest and into your belly. And it's basically your body's calm down switch. So when your jaw softens, the vagus nerve helps your whole system shift into relaxation. Let's continue. After that, move to your shoulders. Imagine them dropping 2 or 3 inches deeper into the mattress. Then allow a slow wave of warmth sweep down your arms, your chest, and your stomach. Then onto your legs. Tense your toes for a moment, and then let them go totally limp. Feel your heels sinking heavily into the bed. There's no rush here. Slow instructions help your body move naturally from tension to rest. Now, NLP sleeping hacks can really help you to relax, and they allow your system to shift almost immediately. My advice is try one, or perhaps try all of them. Notice which one your mind responds to the most. And if you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe for more content just like this. My wife Mauricio and I share tools for relaxation, manifestation, and creating the life you really want. Meanwhile, if you're struggling with anxiety, stress, or dealing perhaps with any unresolved traumas, you can reach out to benefit from our one-to-one coaching sessions. I'll leave the details in the description. Sleep well tonight, and if you've used any of the techniques I've mentioned, just share in the comments below. I'd love to read about your experience. Meanwhile, I'll see you next time.
Envision my life.